Hey, thanks for tuning in. My name's Ty McDuffey. I'm a freelance writer and I'm the owner of this platform, Duff Radio. I've had a freelance writing business for about 3 years, since 2021. And in that time, I've worked as a newspaper editor and journalist for the Big Timber Pioneer, the Billings Gazette, the Bighorn County News. And as a legal writer, I've also written thousands of articles for Legal Match and Fine Law. These are the four biggest mistakes I made early on in my career as a writer and as the owner of Duff Radio, and how you can avoid them. First up is taxes. If you have unpaid taxes, this hurts you if you want to buy a house, as it hurts your debt to income ratio percentage. I recently got $30,000 into debt with the IRS from unpaid taxes from last year. On top of the federal income tax that you pay, if you are a self-employed person like myself, you're subject to a self-employment tax of 15.3%. This is on top of your income tax, and this is also on top of your state tax, your state income tax, which varies from state to state. And some of the states that have the highest income tax in America are California, Hawaii, New Jersey, Oregon, Minnesota. Those with the lowest income tax rates include Alaska, Florida, Nevada, however you want to say it. I say Nevada, South Dakota, Texas, Washington, Wyoming, Tennessee. So when you stack those three taxes on top of each other, you're going to be paying 50% of taxes, like I was, if you don't structure your money in the right way. It is stupid, in my opinion, and this system needs to be revolutionized. Again, in my opinion, I believe it's unduly burdensome. And the only two options I see out of this tax situation that we're in as American citizens is A, to start a revolution, which I would be down for, to have the income tax repealed constitutionally, or the option, which I think a lot of people are going to start doing in the decades that come, is move to another country that has lower income tax rates on income, foreign income, and in-state income. I think with the nature of remote work, people are not going to be so tied to countries in one way or another, and they're going to bounce around to whichever country benefits them best economically. Some of these countries that I'm talking about that have low or no income tax rate are the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Monaco, the Bahamas, Bermuda, and then the countries that tax only local income and do not tax foreign income include Panama, Costa Rica, Hong Kong. There are also countries with low flat tax rates. Bulgaria has a flat tax rate of 10%, and foreign income is taxed at the same rate. Georgia has a 20% flat tax rate, and foreign income is also taxed at 20%. Romania's income tax is flat tax rate, 10%. Foreign income is also taxed at 10%. So the way around this, as far as I'm aware, as an American, is to open your own business because the tax laws in this country highly favor businesses. Write off your business expenses and speak with an accountant. Probably the most important item on this list is speak with an accountant, somebody that can keep you out of trouble with the IRS. Make sure that your stuff is actually filed. My accountant, Eldon, in Osage Beach, Missouri, thank you. Second biggest mistake in my early career as a writer, not getting into journalism right away. Instead, I wandered around aimlessly for a couple months after failing the bar exam out of law school. Journalism is really easy to get hired into from my experience. I simply had Indeed alerts set up on my phone. I saw an alert come for a reporter position in Montana. Only a few other applicants had applied, so I submitted an application, called the company up, sent a couple of emails, and I ended up getting the job. I imagine this could be the case for literally anybody out there. There are so many journalism jobs open in the United States right now, based on what I've seen from my Indeed alerts. Journalism also helped me improve my communication skills, which is important for myself and also anybody out there to learn, whether that's sending clients emails, meeting with people. I've found that you don't really have to be an expert in any particular industry or niche to get into journalism. As long as you have a curious mind and you can communicate with your written word, which is a skill that you can and should improve, I think it's worth it. It's also money. It was what saved me from crushing poverty before I had the job. It supported me. Now, it's not a lot of money, but you can live on a journalism salary. So I would recommend, if you're in a spot where you're in between jobs, in between careers, and you don't know what to do, take a year or two in journalism. See what it does for you. Number 3, thing that I would not recommend. As a man, if you are in your 20s, I think you need to be grinding. I would not be chasing a significant other. I believe that if you become your best self, then the right person will come into your life. You'll attract them if you're building yourself up to be the very best, and that right person will see that in you. So do a lot of self-development. Live alone, which I did for about 5 years in my early 20s. Write a bunch. I developed a habit of writing every day in 2020. Develop a spiritual practice. Learn and read about as much as you can. And find a couple people that you really admire and study them. Number 4, if you think you're going to be moving around a bunch, or if that's even a potential that you're going to be moving around a bunch, avoid long-term contracts like rentals. You'll end up paying rent in 2 places if you do decide to move, or if you just want to move, and you don't want to get stuck paying rent in 2 different cities. Trust me, I went through it. Also, don't live in a dangerous neighborhood. There's no price you can put on your safety, no matter what reason you choose. Live somewhere where you feel comfortable, where your family feels comfortable, where you can lay your head down at night and have some peace. I lived in an area in Kansas City where there were a lot of police sirens going off, and it was generally just a chaotic area. So I would definitely recommend try to find somewhere where you feel at peace. Well, that's it. Those are my 4 biggest business mistakes that I made early on in my career as a writer and as the owner of this platform, Duff Radio. Leave a comment if any of this resonated with you. Leave a like, as that helps this stuff grow in the algorithm and reach a wider audience. If you want to contact me, my email is always in the description. You can reach out on any of my social medias. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.